Welcome to Computer Programming with Sharon. In previous classes, we mentioned method overloading, method overriding concepts. The example for method overriding is already given in previous classes. But for method overloading, we didn't give an example. In beginning, I would like to give an example for method overloading. So we will directly go to the program. Here I will write the methods inside the same class. We don't need the inheritance concept for the overloading, but overriding of course we need. So I'm just creating a method called sum, will return the value int and passing two parameter int a comma int b. So we can say return a plus b. So this is for integer. So to add two numbers we can call this sum function. But if you want to add the double values or floating numbers, you can give another definition here with the same method name. The definition is same. So we can say the method name is same but having different signature. Here these are integers and these are double values. And if you need to create the sum again, you can create with different number of parameters. Here I will try to create one more method with array. We'll try to find out the sum of array elements with the same sum name, s plus equals x. So we have three methods over there with the same name but having different signatures. Now we'll try to call this example e1 equal to new example e1 dot sum. If I am trying to pass two pure integer numbers, this will call the first one. Either I can assign to a variable or directly print inside the printing statement. And if you want to invoke the second one, either give two floating numbers or make one of the parameters floating. And if you need to invoke the third one, create an array first and again call e1 dot sum with this a, and you can run this. You'll get the answers on the first one, the second one and the third one. Answers are there. Now we will discuss about the abstract methods and classes. If a method doesn't contain any definitions, we can call it as a abstract method. Abstract method should start it with a abstract keyword. And if a class contains an abstract method, that class also should be an abstract. So the class also needed an abstract keyword before the class definition. And abstract classes may contain the normal methods also. That means the method which contains the definitions. We can't directly create instance of abstract method because new keyword is not directly allowed over there. With examples, I will explain the abstract classes and methods. So first I am creating a normal class, giving the name as ABS demo. Now this is a normal class itself. We'll give a method inside that void show. So this is a normal function only. Inside that we'll print something over there. Say hello. Now a second method, void define me, and putting a semicolon. There is no block over there. So this method doesn't have any block or body or definition. So this will be considered as an abstract method. Of course we can put return type over there, or we can put or we can add parameters over there. But so before using this one, we have to give the keyword abstract before that method. And if a class contain any abstract method, then that class also need to change into abstract. Now this is correct. So using new operator, I can't directly generate an object of this one. So we need a implementation class over there. I will create a class ABS child extends this ABS demo. Now if a class inheriting a abstract class, either that class should be abstract or we have to give the definition of this abstract method. So I will give the definition of this abstract method, define me. That abstract method is not defined over there. Show is okay because the definition is there, but for define me there is no definition. So if you are using the editor, you can find out that quick fix option is given over there. So just click on that one and add implementation or manually write this. Now we can give some definition for this. Of course, if you need, you can override this show also, but it is not a compulsory part. But this one is compulsory now. Now we will try to call all these show and define me by using the object of child. So I can call a dot show, a dot define me. Both I can call over there. Run the program. Both are working. There is no error. Now, if you are trying to create an object of abstract class, this is okay because this is a reference object only. But if you are trying to give like this is going to be an error. Why? Because this contains one abstract method. If I can give the definition of this abstract method right over here, then this will be correct. So options are there that we will discuss later. And one more thing, a parent can refer its child object. That means I can say b equal to a. This is correct. Or I can say parent, new parent object like this one. So I'm writing in a single line like this. Now, if you are creating an object like this, then that time this is parent class. This one is a parent object reference, right? B is a parent object. So it can call its own method only. Its own method means like show is an its own method and define me is an its own method. But if some methods are there inside the child, it can't call. I will add one more function over here and will explain that. Void show child. So this is a child method only and printing child. Okay. So here using the first object, because it's a child object itself, you can call show child also here. But using the parent object, show is okay because it's a parent method. B dot define me, of course you can. B dot show child. This is not possible to call because it's a child method. Using parent object we can't refer. As per the rule, the parent object can use the reference of child, but reverse is not possible. That also you have to remember. Now we will run and check the output. There is no error. It's working over there. Next we will discuss about the interface. If a class or an abstract class contains only abstract methods, then instead of saying class abstract, we can go with interfaces. So interface is also a class, but it will contain only abstract method and the class keyword will be replaced with interface. So instead of class keyword I am using interface, giving the interface name as inter1. Now if you are writing some method inside this, then of course we can put a return type and parameter. This will be public method only and abstract. So if you are writing public abstract also it's correct, but it's silent. We don't need to. Compulsory we don't need to write those stuff. If you are not writing also this is okay. But if you are comparing with a normal class and if you are not putting the visibility label, then that is going to be considered as non-modifier method. But here this is not non-modifier. This is like by default it's public itself. So all the members will be public itself. And if you are writing any variable over there, by default it's a final variable. So the value you have to assign compulsory over there. So it's a final variable and of course it's a public and static. So public, static, final. So it's a final, so you can't access using the, you can't modify it again, but you can access using the class name or interface name dot inter1 dot x we can access over there because it's a static one. So here also this is silent. You don't need to put. By default it will come over there. Now to give the definition of the show first, I should create a class over there, interface implementation class. So inter implementation. And to inherit an interface, we have to use the implement keyword, not extends. You should use the implements. And of course we have to override the method from here. Here you can see, while overriding it's using the visibility label public because by default this one is public. And if you are trying to give non-modifier, then this is going to be an error because while overriding any method, it should keep the same privilege or higher privilege. That means if you are taking a normal class, not the interface, a normal class, by default it's a non-modifier, right? So non-modifier, while overriding in its child, we can give non-modifier, protected or public because protected and public has more visibility than the non-modifier. And in parent, if it is private Of course, we can't override it because private is not visible over there. But if it is protected, in child we can give protected or public because either the same thing or the higher. But if it is public in parent, we can give only one visibility label over there, say public, because public is in higher privilege. We can't replace with anything else. So while overriding any method, you have to remember all these rules. So I'll just make it public back. Now I can give some definition over there. We'll just put hello first. Now, like in previous case, we can create an object of this one and call all the functions. So if you have some child function, that also we can call over there. It's same like normal classes. Run this program hello first. If you want to access the x value, we can call inter1.x. It's a read-only type because it's a final and it's printing that value, say 100. Now, while going through the inheritance, we said that using class, it's not possible to have multiple parent. So hybrid and multiple level was not possible over there. But using interface, we can have multiple parent. So in Java, multiple parent or multiple level or hybrid we can implement using the interface concept. So I'll just create one more interface called inter2 and we'll add one more method over there, void show second. I'm not providing any return type or parameter. If we want, you can. And we can have multiple parent now like this. Just need to override the second method. Give some definition over there. Now we can call this method also a dot show second. It's working over there. Now we already inherited a class to class using the extends keyword and interface to class using the implements. Then interface to interface also is possible over there. So I'll just create a interface 3. That time interface to interface we have to use the extends keyword. Like this we can. And we can give additional methods over there. While extending, only one base is allowed. While using extend, only one parent is allowed over there. That also you have to remember over there. So interface to interface extend, interface to class implements, class to class extends, and class to interface is not possible anyway. Now the next concept is anonymous object and class. Anonymous object, that means like an object without any name, right? Here see, we are created an object over there to call this method. Object name is A. So we can reuse that A. But if you want to call a method only like this one and you don't want to reuse the object, then you can go with the anonymous object. Anonymous object calling will be like this. New, the class name, like this. Then don't put the semicolon, use the dot operator and call that function. So we are creating an object over there and calling a method, but object name is not visible over there. So if you are running the project, you can see it's working perfectly over there. So without object name, we can call a method, but only one time use. Now the anonymous class concept. Here if you are seeing, we can see the implementation class over there. The name is already visible over there. But without this, if you can create an object of this interface 1, then that type, this will automatically known as anonymous class. So how to create an anonymous class? I will explain. So this is anonymous object. Now the anonymous class. We are not using the class implementation, directly taking that interface. So this can be useful with the abstract class also. Say A equal to new inter1 itself. And we are not directly giving the semicolon. Instead of that, we giving the curly braces over there, body over there, and the semicolon you have to give after the body. Now we can give the definition inside this block. So if you are seeing here, you are giving the definition here itself, but the class name is not visible. This class name is not visible over here. And give some definition over there, say giving welcome. Now you can call a dot show first. Run the program. It's calling that welcome method, right? Now here object name is visible, but if you want to make anonymous object and anonymous class in the same type, that is also possible over there. You have to just need to write this much, then before putting the semicolon use the dot operator and call the function. Now run it again. We can see the second welcome because of this. Normally after compilation, you should see the class files for inter1, then inter implementation, example. So three classes should be there that we can directly see over there. Other than that, source file, of course it will be there, but this one, if you are compiling, you will get additional classes from this one and this line. I'll just show. From the explorer, directly going to the folder, then just click on the URL and typing cmd over there. So a command prompt will open with the same folder. Now manually I can compile. Now we can see this is the source file. Now we'll do the compilation manually. Now see this inter1, of course that inter1 class is there. Inter implementation class is there. Then example class is there. Other than that, this one is creating example $1 class and this one is creating example $2 class over there. So actually it's creating the class files over there, but the class name it's not directly visible over there. That's why we are calling it as anonymous class. I think the concept is clear for you. If you like the class, subscribe, like and share. We are winding up today's class. Thank you for watching.